The film emperor and wildly popular star Chen Yuan posted a heartbroken emoji late at night, along with a status update. If I ask my wife for 8 Swiss rolls, how many do I get to eat? She said not a single one. I told her I wanted to protest, and my wife warned me that if I dared, she'd make me sleep with the dog from now on. Sob. Half an hour later, the famous young actress Lin Wei posted a photo of 8 Swiss rolls with a caption dripping with helplessness. Here, take them all. It's yours. I was wrong. I won't make you sleep with the dog anymore. The entire internet erupted. Everyone tagged Chen Yuan, urging him to stop crying and just eat the Swiss rolls already. Yet 10 minutes later, Chen Yuan directly tagged Lin Wei and publicly tore into her. Are you out of your mind? I usually let it slide when you buy hot searches and scandals with other people. Now you're even sixing a water army on me. Don't you see I'm deliberately showing affection here? What's with all the jumping around? After scolding Lin Wei, Chen Yuan tagged me. Wife, say something. I was shaken awake by my manager. Stop sleeping, something huge just happened. My manager, Sister Zhao, shrieked and dragged me out of bed. What's going on? I struggled to open my eyes. I had pulled an all-nighter yesterday filming the final scene and was dead on my feet. Hearing that, my manager immediately shoved my phone into my hand and said, check Weibo. It's blowing up about your man's name. My man's name. My mind was still foggy. I unlocked my phone and logged into Weibo. The second I did, every hot search was about me, Chen Yuan, and Lin Wei. Chen Yuan's secret marriage exposed. Chen Yuan and Lin Wei Swiss roll drama. Lin Wei deliberately leeching off Chen Yuan's fame. I quickly skimmed the details. Basically, after Chen Yuan and I chatted yesterday, he had posted on Weibo asking his wife about 8 Swiss rolls. How many could he eat? She said none. He said he wanted to protest, and she replied that if he dared, she'd make him sleep with the dog from now on. Sob. Chen Yuan's post instantly rocketed to the top of the hot searches. Although everyone already knew he was married, hearing it straight from him was different, especially with such subtle, affectionate wording. The whole internet went wild guessing who his wife could be. Then, half an hour later, Lin Wei posted on Weibo with the caption, Here, take them all. It's yours. I was wrong. I won't make you sleep with the dog anymore. Even though Lin Wei's post didn't tag Chen Yuan, the content was clearly aimed straight at him. The internet boiled over, and everyone tagged Chen Yuan under Lin Wei's post. Lin Wei's fans were especially loud. They jumped in declaring things like, Chen Yuan pursued Lin Wei for 10 whole years before finally winning the beauty over. And the claims only grew more ridiculous. So Chen Yuan declared war. He posted 3 consecutive scathing replies denying that he and Lin Wei were husband and wife. Lin Wei's fans refused to back down and swarmed his Weibo. Those fans were stubborn as hell. Do you really want to sleep with the dog from now on? Enjoying the drama. Chen Yuan, sisters, stop eating melon and drink some brain tonic to sober up. Don't believe everything the boss says. If Lin Wei has solid proof, we'd believe it. Otherwise, why trust Chen Yuan? Chen Yuan, I've been following you for ages. Let me sell you some brain health supplements. Lin Wei's fan. Chen Yuan pursued our Vivi for 10 years before she agreed to be with him. Now that they're newlyweds, he's already not cherishing her. Chen Yuan, damn, this is killing me with laughter. Pursued for years, do you use the hole under your eyebrows to breathe? Lin Wei's fan 3. If he doesn't acknowledge his marriage to V, does that mean he wants to cheat? Chen Yuan, shut your mouth, you deranged trash. Lin Wei's fan 50. Waiting for Chen Yuan to beg for forgiveness and enter the wife, chasing crematorium on Weibo tomorrow. Ha! You fans really take after your idol. Sometimes I genuinely worry about your mental state. How many times do I have to say it? My wife isn't Lin Wei. Lin Wei's fan 60. Your wife isn't our Vivi. Then who is it? Looking around the whole world, only our Vivi is both beautiful and sweet. Chen Yuan, if you don't have a mirror, at least use piss to look at yourself. Lin Wei's fan 70. I love this arrogant male, lead type who turns around and enters the wife, chasing crematorium. Sob. Chen Yuan, you donkey. You do nothing all day but kick her in the head. Lin Wei's fan 80. The love story between you and our Vivi is so sweet. My eyes are sparkling. Chen Yuan had been locked in battle with Lin Wei's fans from 3 in the morning until now, terrified that stopping would make it seem like he was admitting he and Lin Wei were husband and wife. And because of his venomous way of tearing people apart, netizens everywhere were saying his mouth was straight up poisoned. I opened Weibo, planning to tell Chen Yuan to just announce that we were the married couple, when I saw he had already sent me a message half an hour earlier. Wife, I can't take it anymore. Sob sob. No matter how I explain, those brainless fans of Lin Wei refuse to believe my wife isn't Lin Wei. I have to go public, wife. A man's chastity is the most important thing. I can't stand my innocence being tarnished. Sob sob. Even if you don't let me eat Swiss rolls, even if you make me sleep with the dog from now on, I'll accept it. I have to go public. Sob sob. I replied to Chen Yuan saying it was fine while telling my manager to activate the contingency plan. Chen Yuan and I had been married for 3 years, so the crisis management strategy had been prepared long ago. The instant I sent the message to Chen Yuan, someone tagged me on Weibo. I opened it. It was Chen Yuan. Wife, say something. Just reading the words, I could feel Chen Yuan's tearless, sobbing frustration at being unable to explain clearly. I couldn't help but laugh. I commented under Chen Yuan's Weibo post. Hello everyone, I'm Xiao Wan. Attached was a photo of our marriage certificate. The second the comment went live, the entire internet exploded. Passerby 1. So everything Chen Yuan said was completely true. Passerby twin. In other words, Lin Wei and her fans were just fantasizing the whole time. Passerby 30. Terrifying. I can't even imagine if Lin Wei were a man and Chen Yuan a woman, and someone fabricated something like this, what would Chen Yuan do? Netizens collectively mocked Lin Wei. Lin Wei's fans couldn't stand it and flooded in to curse the passersby. They even ran over to mine and Chen Yuan's Weibo for no reason, ranting that the dog couple playing games with emotions should never rest in peace. This time, Chen Yuan's fans and my fans had had enough and began tearing into Lin Wei's fans. Chen Yuan and I have always cherished our fans. Even yesterday, when Chen Yuan was falsely accused by Lin Wei's fans like that, he still refused to let his own fans join the fight. He took them all on single-handedly. Seeing the chaos on Weibo, I immediately told my manager to sue the leading Lin Wei fans who had charged ahead. Those who followed suit, I reserved the right to sue. The move instantly terrified Lin Wei's fans. They went quiet at once. At this point, Lin Wei had vanished perfectly. I didn't indulge her and directly blocked her, demanding she clarify herself. Under pressure, Lin Wei finally posted a Weibo explanation that was deliberately vague. I read Lin Wei's explanation and frowned. This woman really was set in her ways. Even her apology was posted in the most ambiguous way possible. I was about to tell Lin Wei to post a proper, clear explanation when Chen Yuan, who had been holding back all night, finally snapped. He grabbed my hand and pressed it against his slightly cool chest. Since I hadn't paid him any attention, he'd had to take a cold shower to calm down. He whined in a coquettish voice, "Wife, you haven't paid any attention to me for nearly a month now. Feel my heart. See if it's anxious or not." I didn't sleep a wink. I was kept up all night, so I slept straight through until the afternoon of the next day. When I went downstairs, Chen Yuan was shirtless, wearing his exclusive maid apron, preparing dinner. Chen Yuan held himself to extremely high standards and exercised every day, so even from behind, the lines of his muscles were firm and sleek. Broad shoulders, narrow waist, an incredibly satisfying sight. Wake! Hearing the noise, Chen Yuan turned his head, flashed his signature 8-tooth smile, and said, "Dinner's almost ready. Why do I have this uneasy feeling?" Sure enough, that intuition was confirmed right after dinner. He really couldn't hold back anymore. Chen Yuan whined coquettishly, "You can do it, you can do it. Come on, come on. If you don't, I'll die." "I'm fine, wife. Don't worry, there's only an ox that dies of exhaustion. Never a field ruined by plowing." Thanks to my solid PR work, publicly announcing our marriage not only didn't damage his image, but actually drew in a massive wave of couple fans. The company seized the chance and signed Chen Yuan and me for a reality dating show about deep love and married life. Hearing we could publicly show affection and get paid for it, Chen Yuan woke up at the crack of dawn, packed our luggage, and dragged me straight to the filming site. We basically pulled another all-nighter to get there. But the moment we arrived, Chen Yuan's face turned gloomy because we had spotted Lin Wei. This was a live, streamed reality show. Right now Lin Wei was interacting with the live audience. On the comment screen, someone asked Lin Wei what the real story was behind the Swiss roll incident between her and Chen Yuan. Lin Wei was just about to answer when she looked up and saw me and Chen Yuan. The smile on her face froze for a split second, then shifted into a sorrowful expression. I don't want to bring up old matters anymore. Everyone, please shift your attention to this show instead. I joined this program because I want a fresh start." It sounded like Lin Wei was explaining herself, but she was actually shoving me and Chen Yuan right back into the eye of the storm. The comments exploded because of her words. "I told you our Vivi was tricked by that scumbag. That scumbag Chen Yuan still refuses to admit it no matter what, cursing us all night with his venomous mouth on Weibo. According to reliable sources, Xiao Wan is the homewrecker. Back then Vi and Chen Yuan had already taken their wedding photos, yet Xiao Wan still stole him away. Oh my god, this Xiao Wan is disgusting. Poor our Vivi sob. Hey, are these Lin Wei fans sick? My brother already clarified that his first love is Xiao Wan. You people are still spouting nonsense here. I advise these brainless fans to wake up. The lawsuit notice from 2 days ago is still hanging on Weibo and hasn't been taken down. Do you want to get sued too? Sue us if you want, we're not afraid. Can't we speak the truth? Xiao Wan is the third party. Third party, third party, third party. The people above have already recorded it. On the comment screen, Lin Wei's fans and my fans along with Chen Yuan's were arguing fiercely. Because of the camera angle, we couldn't see the comments, but Chen Yuan heard her and lost it. He wanted to rush over and fight Lin Wei, but I held him back. She hadn't named us directly just now, and this was live streaming. If we jumped in and argued, it would only hurt us. Lin Wei's words earlier had been crafted perfectly, making it impossible for us to argue even if we wanted to. You could say she was talking about us, but she never named us. You could say she wasn't talking about us, but every single word pointed straight at us. Lin Wei's fans were too fanatical, and she was used to buying water armies to rile up clueless passersby. Therefore, confronting her head-on wasn't the best move. It was smarter to let her reveal her true colors on the show itself. Rivers and mountains are easy to change, but a person's nature is hard to alter. Lin Wei's habit of leeching off others was never going to change. At that moment the program officially began. Besides me and Chen Yuan and Lin Wei, there was also Chen Yuan's sworn enemy Lu Yu, the actor Lang Qing, and the singer Chun Shen. This was a reality show simulating married life, with a total of 6 episodes. The 6 guests, 3 men and 3 women, would choose their love interests through pre-recorded personal VCRs. Everyone already knew about my relationship with Chen Yan, so no one picked us. Aside from us, Lu Yu paired with Lin Wei, and Qin Shen paired with Lang Qing as the temporary couples for the first episode. If, after filming the first episode, either side felt incompatible, they could divorce and choose again. The entire process would be live-streamed. To help the 3 couples quickly settle into married life, the program team required us to cook a meal together within 1 hour. Ever since I started dating Chen Yuan, I had never once stepped foot in the kitchen. Even boiling a bowl of noodles, he would say the oil fumes weren't good for his wife. Today was no different. Chen Yuan told me to sit in the living room and play games. He picked out all my favorite ingredients and began preparing dinner with practiced skill. Compared to our orderly setup, the other 2 couples looked completely lost. Lu Yu and Qin Shen didn't know how to cook at all, and Lin Wei was even worse. Lang Qing, on the other hand, clearly cooked often. Let me handle it. You just assist me, Lang Qing said, stepping in to help Qin Shen. Qin Shen stared at the 3rd egg he had burned black, and could only say awkwardly, "Sorry. I don't usually go into the kitchen." "It's fine," Lang Qing answered with a polite smile. She was skilled in the kitchen and even better at keeping things harmonious. As she focused on cooking, Qin Shen watched her in open amazement. Seeing the scene, I felt a spark of excitement. Do these 2 have chemistry? The way Qin Shen looked at Lang Qing was exactly how Chen Yuan used to look at me back then. Maybe because he couldn't actually help with the cooking, Qin Shen took charge of everything except cutting and frying the vegetables. In no time they were working together like a well-oiled machine. Very quickly, Qin Shen and Lang Qing finished 3 dishes and 1 soup. Chen Yuan had also completed 3 dishes and 1 soup, and even made me a small dessert of candied sweet potatoes. Only Lu Yu and Lin Wei were still struggling. They had ruined every ingredient the program provided, and ended up making nothing but 2 bowls of plain clear noodle soup. Clear noodle soup is delicious too. I like it best. Lin Wei hugged the bowl, happily slurped a mouthful of broth, her expression stiffening for a moment before she looked at Lu Yu with starry eyes. Wow, it's really delicious. On the comment screen, Lin Wei's fans went wild scrolling because of her line. Sob sob, our Vivi is so gentle and down to earth. She even treasures a simple bowl of clear noodle soup like this. Someone will regret it already. You didn't choose our Vivi with her kind heart, and instead picked that useless vase, who only knows how to eat without lifting a finger. That's right, that's right. Our Vivi is the best. Not like some people next to her who only sit in the living room waiting to be served, while the man cooks everything. Do you think you're a little princess? These Lin Wei fans really don't know when to quit, huh? So what if she doesn't cook? Who says cooking has to be a woman's job? To the commenter above, if she doesn't cook it's because my brother Yi voluntarily dotes on his wife. You've never been doted on before, have you? The Qing dynasty fell a long time ago. Cooking is no longer women's exclusive territory. Your Vivi is really something. Good enough to throw a whole tomato and a whole egg into the wok together when stir-frying. I'm genuinely getting sick of idiots. They ruined an entire pile of ingredients and were left with nothing but clear noodle soup. Yet they could still praise it like that. I give up. Why do you care? You people are just jealous, clearly envious of our Vivi. Actually, I advise these Lin Wei fans, if you have free time, go get your eyes checked and then your brains. Medical insurance exists now. Checkups aren't expensive. Paft, you're the one who's sick. Your whole family is sick. Compared to the raging war on the comment screen, the atmosphere at the actual table was still relatively peaceful. Lin Wei's words made the gloomy look on Lu Yu's face fade a little. His gaze toward her grew noticeably more infatuated. Once we had all finished cooking, everyone sat down to eat. Because it was still live, Lang Qing, after discussing it with Qin Shen, invited Lu Yu and Lin Wei to share the meal. We joined in as well to avoid giving Lin Wei's fans more ammunition. The dinner passed in fairly harmonious air, until Lu Yu placed a piece of candied sweet potato on Lin Wei's plate. The moment the candied sweet potato touched her tongue, Lin Wei's eyes turned red. Lu Yu jumped in alarm and quickly asked what was wrong. He never should have asked. Lin Wei immediately burst into tears. She hastily wiped her eyes and said, "It's nothing." But when Lu Yu saw her crying like that, it clearly wasn't nothing, so he pressed, "What happened?" "It's really nothing. I just remembered some old memories. It's been so long since I last had candied sweet potatoes." With that final sentence, Lin Wei lowered her head, her voice thick with endless sorrow. The second those words left her mouth, the comment screen exploded. Sob sob, our Vivi must be remembering the old days with Chen Yuan. Chen Yuan used to make this for Vivi all the time. That's why she's crying. Aya, that scumbag and that homewrecker. Our Vivi is so kind. How could you bear to hurt her? How could you do this to her? To the person above, are you sick? Why drag my brother Ye into everything? The boss is delusional and so are you. Seriously deranged. We just can't be bothered to argue with you, not because we're scared. All day you sit there imagining you were abandoned and hurt. Brother Ye already said it. Aside from Xiao Wan, he's never loved anyone else. You people are exactly like that scumbag Chen Yuan and homewrecker Xiao Wan, building your own happiness on other people's pain. I really give up. A bunch of delusional keyboard warriors. On the comment screen, Lin Wei's fans and our fans were at each other's throats. Lin Wei's fans flooded the replies with curses aimed at me and Chen Yuan. Even some clueless passersby were stirred up by Lin Wei's fans. Lu Yu glanced at me and Chen Yuan, his tone dripping with mockery. Old matters should stay in the past. Some people will get what's coming to them. Before Lu Yu could finish, Chen Yuan slammed his chopsticks down. I pressed down on the furious Chen Yuan and looked straight at Lin Wei. The two of you, we're all adults here. We can hear sarcasm and insinuation just fine. Joining this show was supposed to be fun. If you have any issues with me or Chen Yuan, please say them outright instead of affecting the rest of our filming. Lin Wei clearly hadn't expected me to be so direct. The tears welling in her eyes seemed to freeze as she looked at me with a hazy gaze. Lu Yu, thinking Lin Wei was too heartbroken, immediately stepped up to shield her. What exactly did you people do? You know damn well. Lu Yu sneered. I'd also like to know what we supposedly did. Lin Wei, maybe give us a hint so we can clear things up and stop our fans from fighting. I spoke firmly. Her constant leeching was honestly getting on my nerves. Qin Shen and Lang Qing also turned to look at Lin Wei. Lu Yu kept encouraging her to speak the truth bravely, saying the audience had eyes and would demand justice for Lin Wei, making Chen Yuan roll his eyes so hard they nearly disappeared. Cornered, Lin Wei trembled as she stood up. Just when I thought she was finally going to explain everything clearly, Lin Wei rolled her eyes back and fainted. Lu Yu saw Lin Wei faint, immediately scooped her up, and shouted for the program to call a doctor while glaring at us like we were the worst criminals alive, watching Lin Wei. Whether she had really fainted or was faking it. I was left utterly speechless along with Chen Yuan. Tonight's filming ended abruptly because of Lin Wei's faint. That evening, after I finished showering, I lay on the second-floor balcony sofa with a face mask on, watching videos. Lang Qing came over to apologize. I'm really sorry about tonight. If I hadn't invited them to eat with us, none of this would have happened. After the evening live stream, Chen Yuan and I once again shot to the hot searches, this time because of Lin Wei fainting. It's not your fault. Don't blame yourself. I smiled warmly at Lang Qing, though I felt a little helpless. Running into Lin Wei really was like glue. You couldn't shake her off. Lang Qing and I chatted a while longer and surprisingly hit it off. At the same time, I explained our history with Lin Wei to her. She had apparently heard about Lin Wei's working style before. Lang Qing expressed her understanding. Fans can be blinded, but people in the industry have more or less heard the rumors. Lang Qing and I looked at each other and smiled, the expression tinged with resignation. After a few more sentences, I returned to my room. Chen Yuan happened to walk in at the same time. Why do you smell like oil fumes? I caught the scent on him right away. Chen Yuan explained. Qin Shen was practicing cooking in the kitchen. I went downstairs for water and chatted with him a bit, then taught him a couple of my signature dishes. Oh, so Qin Shen wasn't bad after all. Lang Qing and I got along great. Seeing how hardworking Qin Shen was, I felt genuinely happy for Lang Qing. But those words apparently fell into a certain jealous ear, and were not received well at all. Chen Yuan wrapped his arms around me and whined, "Wife, you're praising another man right in front of me." Noticing the oil, fume smell on him, I ordered, "You're not allowed to hug me until you shower first." Hearing that, Chen Yuan happily stripped off his clothes. Shower together? You already showered? Then shower again. Chen Yuan, hey, don't kiss me there. And just like that, another sleepless night. The next morning I woke up when the sun was already high in the sky. I rubbed my face, forcing myself awake. Last night Chen Yuan had kept me up so much I had almost forgotten the main issue. I planned to block Lin Wei completely, hoping she would finally clarify things herself. Otherwise she probably wouldn't manage it even in her next life. I sighed. In all my years I had never met anyone so shamelessly thick-skinned. I got up, washed up, and searched the entire room but couldn't find my phone, so I went downstairs to ask Chen Yuan where it was. The moment I reached the ground floor, I overheard Lu Yu asking Lin Wei, "Is film Empress Xiao Shi your mother?" I wanted to keep this private. Lin Wei gave a shy smile but directly confirmed Lu Yu's words. Hearing Lin Wei's words, Lu Yu's face lit up with excitement. He declared that he greatly admired film Empress Xiao Shi and asked if she could introduce them. He truly admired her so much. Lin Wei gave a playful smile and replied, "Of course, no problem at all." The comment screen exploded once more. Lin Wei's fans went wild, spamming that she was the beloved daughter of film Empress Xiao. No wonder Lin Wei was so outstanding. It was all in the genes from her mother. Meanwhile, I stood there stunned. How could I not know my own mother had another daughter? Was she really Xiao Shi's child? Watching Lin Wei's calm, natural expression, I couldn't hold back. "So you're Xiao Shi's daughter, then who am I?" I stared straight at Lin Wei and demanded. Lin Wei froze for a split second. The comment screen detonated. Ridiculous. If our Vivi isn't, then who does she think she is? How would we know who you are? Haha, Xiao Wan must still be half asleep. Does she think sharing the same surname as film Empress Xiao lets her climb the social ladder? Is this Xiao Wan brain damaged or what? She already stole Vivi's boyfriend before. Now she wants to steal Vivi's film Empress mother too. Does she not have a mom of her own that she has to steal someone else's? Hey, people above, this Xiao Wan actually looks a lot like film Empress Xiao when she was young. Cut it out, commenter above, are you blind? Clearly our Vivi looks more like film Empress Xiao. I just compared the photos. Xiao Wan really does resemble Xiao Shi, like a carbon copy. You blind fools must have been hit by a cannon. Stop talking nonsense. How could Xiao Wan possibly look like Vivi's mother? A flash of panic and hesitation crossed Lin Wei's face, but it vanished instantly. How would I know who you are? Lin Wei dodged the question and quickly changed the subject, telling Lu Yu she felt a little dizzy, and asking him to take her outside for some fresh air. Lu Yu's expression toward me had already soured, and now that he knew Xiao Shi was supposedly Lin Wei's mother, he became even more attentive to her. I don't like Lu Yu either. I've always felt like this guy reeks of opportunism. Wait a minute. You still haven't answered my question directly. Are you really Xiao Shi's daughter? I blocked their path, forcing Lin Wei to respond. My mother couldn't possibly have another daughter outside the family. She and my father have been happily married for nearly 30 years. How could she have a secret child? The ages don't even match. Xiao Wan, don't push it too far. I already gave in to you once. Do I have to give up my mother to you too? Lin Wei's eyes welled with tears, turning herself into the victim with practiced ease. Seeing her fake crying again for no reason, I felt utterly fed up. Right then, Chen Yuan and Qin Shen returned from their morning run. When Chen Yuan saw me blocking Lin Wei, he immediately stepped up to shield me. "What's going on?" he asked. I was at a loss for words. Lin Wei beat me to it. She claims she's my mother's daughter. In my words, Chen Yuan's face twisted like he had bitten into a lemon. She's clearly lost her mind. He pulled out his phone and handed it to me. Call your mom right now. Don't let these lunatics ruin her reputation. Lin Wei stiffened at Chen Yuan's suggestion. Panic and disbelief flashed in her eyes, as if she were wondering how things could possibly line up this way. I'm Xiaoxi's daughter. Her gaze darted around, clearly scrambling for a way out. I took Chen Yuan's phone and dialed my mother. Impossible. This can't be happening. Maybe Xiao Wan really is Xiaoxi's daughter. To the commenter above, I think it's very possible. They share the same surname. How could Xiao Wan be Xiaoxi's daughter? You're all just riding her coattails. Xiao Wan is only trying to leech off her fame. Exactly. Our Vivi is the real biological daughter of film Empress Xiao. Stop arguing, everyone. Xiao Wan already made the call, didn't she? Whoever the real daughter is will be revealed soon enough. The comments flew by at lightning speed while I waited on the line. But my mother didn't pick up. I checked the time. She should have been awake by now. Plus, she hadn't been filming anything lately. I was lost in thought, wondering why my mother wasn't answering when Lin Wei's eyes filled with visible relief. Lu Yu sneered even harder. All right, that's enough acting. Addicted to the spotlight now. Chen Yuan's entire aura turned icy at Lu Yu's mocking tone. He stepped in front of me, glaring coldly at Lu Yu. Watch your mouth. Lu Yu opened his mouth to say something else but swallowed it back. I tried calling my father next. He didn't answer either. Both phones went straight to voicemail. I looked up at Chen Yuan, worry creeping into my heart. Don't panic. They might just be busy. Chen Yuan comforted me, then told me to call my mother's manager and my father's secretary instead. I was about to dial when Chen Yuan's phone suddenly died from low battery. Before we could react, Lu Yu let out a mocking laugh. Ha ha ha, what perfect timing. Now some people can keep performing a little longer. Lu Yu shot us a meaningful look. Don't force me to slap you. Chen Yuan's eyes turned glacial, his voice tight with suppressed rage. Perhaps because my calls had failed, Lin Wei assumed I was faking it just like she was. Seeing I couldn't reach anyone, she perked up instantly. In her signature green, tea tone she said, even though my mother is a film empress, I've never used her fame to gain any outside advantages. Who knew today someone would pretend to be my mother's daughter and put on a whole act right in front of me? Lin Wei looked at me and sighed, shaking her head. Lin Wei's shameless, over-the-top performance actually made me laugh in disbelief. Even more ridiculous was Lu Yu standing there comforting her with a heartbroken expression, saying she was simply too kind, and that was why people kept bullying her. He added that once he met film Empress Xiao, he would definitely explain everything that happened today, implying I was finished. Chen Yuan's eyes nearly rolled out of his head in fury. Lin Wei's fans grew even more frenzied, flooding the comment screen with mockery about how thick-skinned I was for randomly claiming someone else's mother. Our fans jumped back into the fight. Film Empress Xiao is Xiao Wan's mom. If she's Xiao Wan's mom, I'll livestream eating shit. Haha. I'm actually dying of laughter. Does she not have a mother of her own? She has to randomly claim someone else's. Xiao Wan really has no shame left. Exactly. If your own mom is so great, why randomly claim someone else's? Vivi, call film Empress Xiao right now and have her back you up. Cancel Xiao Wan and Chen Yuan. Agreed. Cancel Xiao Wan and Chen Yuan. Commenter above. Your idol has been leeching off others for way longer than a day or two. Don't speak too soon. You might actually have to livestream eating shit. The comment screen was a battlefield as Lin Wei's fans frantically demanded she call film Empress Xiao. Lu Yu eagerly urged her to do the same. Pushed into the spotlight, Lin Wei looked a little uneasy. My mother is filming in the Northwest lately and doesn't have time to come. She tried to brush it off with an excuse. But Lu Yu pressed enthusiastically. You can at least make a phone call, right? I could clearly see Lu Yu trying to latch onto my mother's connections. My mother wasn't just an actress. She owned a major film and television company. Even a tiny favor from her could propel Lu Yu straight into the A-list, and she could easily deal with us. Too bad Xiaoxi was my mother, not Lin Wei's. Lu Yu was so fixated on getting Lin Wei to call that he completely missed the impatient look she gave him, like she was staring at a brainless pig. You could tell she desperately wanted to curse him out, but under the live camera she had to maintain her image, so she kept dodging again and again. So, do you not have her number? Or do you just not dare to call? I crossed my arms and asked Lin Wei coldly. Chen Yuan went to get my phone. Once he finds it, we'll see exactly who the real imposter is. Provoked by my words, Lin Wei finally lost some of her composure. She sneered at me, Xiao Wan, I know you're jealous of me, but what can you do? Your mother isn't a film empress. I suggest you stop randomly claiming other people's mothers. Before she could finish, a fiery red Lamborghini roared into the courtyard, slammed on the brakes, and my mother stepped out. The moment she saw my mother, Lin Wei turned to stone. Lu Yu's face lit up with excitement. Baby, come here and let mom give you a kiss. My mother wore a striking long red coat, her long wavy hair cascading freely. Her fresh, elegant face was full of smiles as she walked toward us with open arms. Lu Yu assumed my mother wanted to hug Lin Wei. Seeing Lin Wei frozen in place, he even gave her a little push, trying to shove her into my mother's arms. Instead, my mother didn't spare Lin Wei a single glance. She walked straight to me, cupped my face, and planted several kisses on my cheeks. I missed you so much these past few days. She hugged me tightly and cooed, my precious baby. The repeated, precious baby, left Lu Yu completely dumbfounded. Senior, your daughter is right here. Did you mistake the person? Hearing that, my mother removed her sunglasses, glanced at Lin Wei's paper, white face, and gave a cold laugh. So you're the one outside claiming to be my daughter. At this point, even Lu Yu wasn't stupid enough to miss what was happening. He looked like he was about to explode, furiously scratching his head as he turned on Lin Wei. No way, big sis. Are you the one randomly claiming someone else's mother? The second those words left his mouth, the comment screen erupted. WTF, face, slapped on the spot, this is too satisfying. Turns out the one randomly claiming a mother was Lin Wei all along. Every single thing she said earlier boomeranged straight back into her own face. Ha! People above, it's not just that. Everything her brainless fans said stabbed her right in the face too. Ha! This is the fastest, hardest face slap I've ever watched. Looks like Lin Wei's claim that she and Chen Yuan used to be lovers was fabricated too. Obviously, she was just riding the hype. Chen Yuan already explained so many times. I give up. Did Lin Wei really think we were all idiots? 5-year fan here. You dared treat us like fools. Unfollowing. Just wait. If I don't stomp you to death, I'm not me. I solemnly declare, I'm not an idiot. I'm just a regular army soldier. A poor laborer earning 50 cents per brainless comment. Damn, commenter above, what agency did you sign with? How come I only get 30 cents per comment? The person above me. I'm paid higher. I get 80 cents for each useless comment. This market is too chaotic. Someone manages the pricing already. People above, I already reported you to the cyber police for all of you. Let them deal with your dog brains. Shit, I was wrong. Don't report me to the cyber police. I swear I'll never do army work again. Lin Wei's face had gone deathly pale, cold sweat dripping down. Her eyes were unfocused. She didn't dare meet my mother's gaze. Leeching off my son-in-law's ex-boyfriend, slandering my daughter as a homewrecker, and now using my husband and me to bully my daughter. Miss Lin, who exactly gave you the courage to act so recklessly? My mother's voice wasn't loud, but it dripped with fury. Lin Wei trembled under the interrogation, her eyes rolling back as she closed them, and collapsed in a heap. She fainted again. Whether real or fake. This time there was no panicked Lu Yu to scoop her up and carry her away from the cameras. Fainting again. My mother let out a cold laugh, knelt down, and firmly pressed a certain acupoint on Lin Wei's calf. The moment she applied pressure, Lin Wei's body jerked, but her eyes stayed shut. My mother didn't let go. She increased the force on the acupoint. It must have hurt terribly because Lin Wei's body kept twisting and wreathing, teeth clenched, legs twitching nonstop, yet her eyes remained closed. 2 full minutes later, stop pressing. Lin Wei suddenly bolted upright, screaming in pain. The comment screen filled with, ahaha, dying of laughter. I never knew film Empress Xiao knew traditional Chinese medicine. Does anyone know which acupuncture film Empress Xiao pressed? I want to try it on my boyfriend so badly. People above, it's the Yang Ling Chuan point, it hurts like hell. Perfect, I'm going to try it right now. Thank you, Xiao Shi, you're too vicious. How could you treat our Vivi like this? Sisters, go curse her out. Who dares touch her? Do you really think our Xiao Shi fans are dead? We're old but not dead. Leeching off someone else's daughter, then getting exposed and trying to flip the blame. Terrifying. Scheming, hype, writing stars like this deserve to be cancelled. You're the one who should be cancelled. Your whole family should be cancelled. These old fans don't know when to quit. Come at us, we're not afraid. Believe it or not, I'll dig up your home addresses and work info and cyber, bully every last one of you. Fine, come on. We'll be waiting. Just so happens my mental state hasn't been great lately. I really want to lose it. The comment screen was stretched tight as a bowstring. My mother saw Lin Wei finally awake, smiled faintly, wiped her hands with a wet wipe, and told her to stand up and explain herself clearly. Lin Wei's eyes were red from the pain. Facing my mother's demand, she panicked. In a blurted outburst she snapped, "Do you know who my father is? How dare you treat me like this?" My mother looked almost speechless. "Who your father is? You should ask your own mother." My mother's refusal to follow the usual script left Lin Wei momentarily speechless, but she quickly recovered. "My father is the chairman of the Lin Corporation, Lin Junction." The moment those words left her mouth, my mother's expression darkened instantly. She narrowed her eyes at Lin Wei and said coldly, "Who did you say your father is?" Not only did my mother's face turn ugly, Chen Yuan and I were both stunned. Lin Wei was claiming to be my father's daughter. Lin Junction, chairman of the Lin Corporation. Lin Wei hesitated for a second, then declared arrogantly, "That was just a misunderstanding earlier. Because my father is the chairman of the Lin Corporation, I was afraid people would give me special treatment if they knew my identity, so I borrowed the identity of film Empress Xiao's daughter." At this point, Lin Wei spoke as if granting me a favor. "Xiao Wan, I'm sorry. The title of Little Princess of the Lin Corporation is simply too big, so I had to borrow film Empress Xiao's daughter's identity. You can understand, right?" Lin Wei looked down at me with haughty arrogance. She actually thought the title of Little Princess of the Lin Corporation would scare me. Right then the comment screen was revived with Lin Wei's fans. "So our Vivi is actually the Little Princess of the Lin Corporation. That title really is huge. No wonder she had to borrow film Empress Xiao's daughter's identity. Our Vivi is truly too low key. If I were the Little Princess of the Lin Corporation, I'd let the whole world know." Exactly. The Lin family is so wealthy. If Vivi had said earlier that she was the Little Princess of the Lin Corporation, she would have ruled the entertainment industry already. People above, I completely agree. If Vivi had spoken up sooner, would Chen Yuan and Xiao Wan have dared treat her like that? That Xiao Shi earlier pinched our Vivi way too hard. "Vivi, hurry and call your dad. Have him back you up and cancel all these people, including Lu Yu. Cancel everyone. Are these Lin Wei fans sick, leeching off others and still acting righteous? Our brother Yu was tricked by the boss too. Try canceling our brother and see what happens. Go ahead and try. Still leeching, with Vivi's status as Little Princess of the Lin Corporation, does she even need to leech off anyone? Hilarious. Aren't you Lin Wei fans embarrassed? Every time you open your mouth it's Little Princess of the Lin Corporation. Don't you feel any shame? Whatever. You're all just jealous. Who told you our Vivi has a good father while Xiao Wan doesn't?" Lin Wei's fans attacked everyone indiscriminately on the comment screen. Anyone who didn't praise Lin Wei got flamed. Seeing that none of us were speaking, Lin Wei looked smug, until my mother pulled out her phone and made a call. "Lin Junction, I'm giving you 10 minutes to roll over here right now, or we're getting a divorce. You dare have a secret daughter outside." She hung up angrily. Lin Wei stood there frozen, her legs giving out as she collapsed to the ground. Her face looked even worse than when she had been exposed as not being my mother's daughter. She shrank in fear, shoulders hunched, exactly like a certain someone whose mother-in-law had just discovered the baby wasn't hers. Perhaps Lin Wei's manager had contacted the program team through some means, because the show suddenly suggested everyone take a short break and pause the live stream. "Try it." My mother smiled without smiling as she looked at the director. The director broke into a cold sweat and immediately announced that the live stream would continue. 9 minutes later, the sound of a helicopter came from the sky. Before the helicopter even landed, my father jumped out in a hurry. "Wife, I'm here. Heaven and earth as my witness. I only have one child. Where would I get a secret daughter?" My father kept swearing as he approached. The usually decisive and domineering chairman of a massive corporation now looked on the verge of tears from panic. Who started this baseless rumor? She claims she's the daughter of Lin Corporation Chairman Lin Junction. My mother said, arms crossed, ignoring my father's oaths. Only then did my father notice Lin Wei sitting defeated on the ground. "I don't know her." My father said angrily. "You don't know her? Then why is she outside claiming to be your daughter?" My mother laughed coldly. "How would I know? Do you really not know her?" I know. Every day I only go to work and come home. You stay home, I come home on time. When you're filming, I finish work and head straight to the set to find you." My father desperately tried to prove his innocence. My mother actually knew he couldn't possibly have cheated. Seeing the situation was under control, she looked at the limp Lin Wei on the ground and asked, "Is the Lin Junction you mentioned this man right here?" At that moment Lin Wei's body shook like a leaf in the wind. She was too terrified to say a word. Chen Yuan calmly explained the whole situation to my father. Good grief. She dug up our entire family just to leech off us. After hearing Chen Yuan's explanation, my father was truly at a loss for words. He immediately called his secretary and ordered the official Lin Corporation Weibo account to post a clarification. The Lin Corporation had only one heir, Xiao Wan, whose legal name was Xiao Wan Lin. My mother also had her office post a clarification she had only one daughter, Xiao Wan. The comment screen read, "How dare this Lin Wei do something like this? Spreading such false rumors. Isn't she afraid the real owners would find out?" Commenter above, "Some liars lie so often they start believing their own lies. I've met people like this before. They turn lies into truth, and the scariest part is they're completely confident it's real. Heaven help me. May I never run into someone like Lin Wei. Too terrifying. If it weren't for this show, I would have been fooled by Lin Wei. I never imagined she was such a pathological liar." 5. Your fan here. You dared treat us like fools. Unfollowing. Just wait. If I don't stump you to death, I'm not me. I solemnly declared I'm not an idiot. I'm just a regular army soldier, a poor laborer earning 50 cents per brainless comment. Damn, commenter above. What agency did you sign with? How come I only get 30 cents? People above, I'm higher. I get 80 cents for each useless comment. This market is too chaotic. Someone manage the pricing already. To the commenter above, I've already tagged the cyber police for you guys. Let them deal with these dog brains. Shit, I was wrong. Don't report me to the cyber police. I swear I'll never do army work again. After this series of actions, not only did the public opinion on the comment screen flip completely, but the entire entertainment industry turned against Lin Wei as well. Her manager kept receiving calls canceling contracts. Even deals that had already been finalized fell through. In other words, Lin Wei's career was over. She had sunk straight to the bottom. Seeing the situation was unsalvageable, her manager abandoned her and left. At the sight, Lin Wei suddenly let out a soft laugh. The laugh grew louder and more deranged. She stood up, pointed at me viciously, and screamed, "This is all your fault. Why did you have to expose me? You already have such a good family background. Why couldn't you just turn a blind eye?" Lin Wei kept wailing about how miserable she was. "Your misery comes from leeching off Chen Yuan, slandering me as a homewrecker, and using my parents' names to scam people." I tore through Lin Wei's lies without mercy. "You clearly could have worked hard on your own, but instead you poured all your energy into these schemes, and now want to blame everyone else." In truth, Lin Wei's starting point had been higher than mine. When I entered the industry, my parents hadn't approved, so I had climbed up entirely on my own strength, from silent corpse roles with no lines, to background characters with 1 or 2 lines, then to playing the protagonist's little maid, and finally to the lead role myself. Lin Wei, on the other hand, had landed the female lead in her very first film. At the time I had been playing the little maid beside her. That was her first film, and her last. Because she complained that the shoots were too long and she often disappeared, the director had to edit around her absence. She couldn't even be bothered to memorize her lines and simply used 1, 2, 3, 4 as placeholders for dubbing later. As a result, she was blacklisted by the entire directing community. Unable to continue in film and television, she turned to hype writing, leeching, framing others, and every shameless trick imaginable to build a rabid fanbase. Exposed by me, Lin Wei flushed with humiliated rage and charged forward to hit me. Right at that moment, the police arrived. Lin Wei was taken away. She had been charged with slander and defamation, and could face prison time in the future. The live stream was cut short because of it. I didn't let her fans off the hook either. Anyone who had spread rumors and insulted me during the live broadcast was sued. Lin Wei and Lu Yu withdrew from the program. Rising starlet Tang Wan and singer Li Chuan took their places. The show continued smoothly. Surprisingly, after filming wrapped, not only did Chen Yuan and I stay together, the other 2 couples also became official. Qin Shen and Lang Qing, Li Chuan and Tang Wan. What's more, all 3 couples gained massive, loyal couple fans. Because of that, the program earned the nickname, Matchmaker's Steel Thread. The entire entertainment industry fought to get on the show. By the time Qin Shen and Lang Qing got married, Li Chuan and Tang Wan's child had already turned 1. "Aren't you 2 planning to have a baby?" In the dressing room, Lang Qing saw how much I adored Tang Wan's baby, and asked with a smile, "Of course." I cradled the jade, like little baby in my arms, gently stroking her tiny face, and joked, "The country encourages us to have children. We'll have this one." "Aha, no way. This is my precious baby." Tang Wan teased the giggling infant. After the wedding I was a little tipsy. Chen Yuan carried me on his back, walking slowly so the night breeze could sober me up. Under the streetlights our shadows stretched long. "Chen Yuan," I called. What is it? Are you uncomfortable?" Chen Yuan stopped and asked. "No." I shook my head and signaled him to put me down. Under the streetlight, Chen Yuan's profile sparkled with an indescribable beauty. I reached up, tracing his eyebrows and eyes, and smiled softly. "Tell me, if we have a child, will it look like you or like me?" The moment I finished speaking, Chen Yuan stared at me for a long moment, then suddenly scooped me up and sprinted forward. The abrupt move startled me. I quickly wrapped my arms around his neck and asked, "Where are we going?" "To make a baby." Chen Yuan carried me and ran. "You pervert." I pouted and glared at him. Chen Yuan hugged me tighter and laughed heartily. "Let's go." I smiled and held Chen Yuan close. This world is worth living in, and the future is bright.